Life has a beautiful way of teaching us lessons, and the most important thing about these lessons is how you take them to guide your life. Welcome to Restoration with Stacy. Ghana's music scene has seen a lot of incredible women who have made hits, who have made us dance, and who have lived lives that most young people at that time looked up to and wanted to become them. Our guest today is one of such women who started very young but made sure that her light could never be dimmed. Please let's welcome our guest, the ever gorgeous Lady Prempeh. Welcome, lady.
How are you, my love?
I'm blessed to so.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Lady, people tell me I don't age. You also don't age because you still look the same.
You don't at all. I think you're one person in Ghana that we always use just as you are. That's Stacy for you. But anyway, thanks for that.
You're looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
Restoration. I've been chasing Lady for months.
Oh, please don't say that.
Yes. But it feels good to have you. You know, let's get real. When you started gospel music, we didn't have a lot of women doing gospel music.
Yes.
And I would say you're one of the people who started with a lot of class and panache.
Thank you.
And most people, because people could not wear jeans to shoot a music video at that time.
I know.
But you would rock your jeans and still sing your song and be lady. Before that time, how was growing up for you? Was that all you wanted to do as a child?
In fact, I don't think I ever had a decision to do any other stuff but gospel music, and I thank God He brought me to it.
So how did it start? Was it from church or from home?
Yes, from church. I started from home with one of my aunties who was so much into those foreign kind of music, the Donny McClellan
and the Don Moines, Ron Kinolly,
CC Winans and all. And she will teach me how to sing in the mornings, like every morning before I step out to church, to school. She would teach me a song or two. And it got to a point every day I would think of when can I get the platform at church to sing. So one day I told her, Ketri, and I believe she's watching. And I was like, Ketri, I want to sing at church today. And she said, I think you can. Yes, and she just took me to church, wrote my name. At the time, you
have to go to church early and write your name.
Exactly, write your name that Esther Prempeh will sing. And then one day I had the opportunity to sing, and through my ministry, I think the church just loved it. So it got to a point every single Sunday I'll be called to come and sing. Yes.
And how did it make you feel?
Well, I think I felt fulfilled because as a young girl and you watch this, at the time, Mama Estanya Mitchell on set, on screens and all, and you're like...
The American says.
Yeah, and you're like, I can sing all your songs, but when will you ever have the opportunity? So when I was called there, I'm like, okay, this is the time to show what I can do.
Let me shine.
So, it was just like, I got fulfilled. Yeah.
Wow. When you, and yes, I love the applause. Mostly when you're young and you believe you have a dream, you also have something called fear.
Yes.
Because you don't know how people are going to accept you.
Exactly.
You don't know whether they're going to love you.
Yes.
And mostly when you sing, as much as they'll tell you to look above every head, you still want to check and see if someone is smiling at what you do.
And that's one thing that my auntie did so well. She's like, you can't. So, obviously...
So nobody mattered?
No. When I see her in the crowd, I'm like,
you're number one cheerleader.
She did well. And they supported me from day one. My family supported me from day one. And I thank God for having to be in the midst of that great family. Yeah.
There is something fulfilling when you have your family believing in you.
Exactly.
That way you don't really care what other people say because you're accepted at home.
Yeah.
So when you were in school, some parents will say, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be a teacher.
Yeah.
Were your parents keen on you becoming something else?
Not really, but I always wanted to be an air hostess.
Oh, really?
So every day I'm like, oh, one day I'll fly. One day I'll fly.
You go to wear the high heels.
And just be walking in it.
I call them waitresses in the air.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I never had the opportunity to get to that level. But I thank God because He knows what's best.
Did you give it up?
I haven't yet. Because I'm not dead yet, obviously. But the interesting thing is, it rather took me to the point that I was always traveling. So at a point, I'm like, well, did I always feel I wanted to fly? Because I was destined to be on air most of the time of my life.
Okay.
So maybe it wasn't just about hosting people on board, but rather just having the fun of
being in there.
Yeah.
So at what point did you take this music thing serious?
Okay, so thank God I sang the song Nyankopon Kasa Obeshira Wo a Ɔne Obi Anim Meeting.
Oh, give me a line of that. I love that song.
Say Nyankopon Kasa Obeshira Wo a Ɔne Obi Anim Meeting, yeah. Ɔne Obi Anim Konyasie, Ɔne Obi Anim Churchemu, Onyame ka eye final.
Wow.
Yes, I was discovered by one man called Nana Boateng, and at the time, I was a backing vocalist at a church, and I'm always laughing about this because I never had the hope it was going to be that soon. Yes, but God in His own wisdom got me there. This man, through me backing someone, was like, I love her voice. Like
even at the background.
At the background, he could see the talent in me at the back there, not necessarily me having to be the lead.
The front
the lead person. But that's one thing I'll say to people out here, that whenever you're doing something for God, just do it wholeheartedly because He sees you when you don't have any idea He does.
So when He discovered you, mostly people would meet you and give you all sort of hope.
Yes.
Oh, you're good. I want to sign you.
Yes.
Oh, you're this.
Yes.
Did you have the hope that He could do it, or you thought, oh, it's just another one of those?
Interestingly, I never believed it will get on air, like I'll be on TV and radio. He's like, I need you to record something for me. In fact, the song was for someone to sing.
Wow.
Yes. And it got to a point.
When your time is up, then you'll be the Akreba Jam.
That's what I meant by Nyankopon Kasa Obeshira Wo a Ɔne Obi Anim Meeting. Somewhere, maybe, should I say, a week of the whole thing, I never believed I was going to back even on the song itself.
Wow.
I went to back it, and he was like, and people, when you finish recording, you play it to other people to listen to it. And they are like, I like the girl backing it. Where's she? So this man came to find me. And interestingly enough, I had one uncle who you won't mess with his niece.
What the bell fasten that kind of
thing. Uncle Crawford now, I'm sorry, we didn't crank, So this man was like, hey, I need to be careful before I'm called a rapist or something. So he stepped back a little, but was like, I need this girl. People were calling for that backup girl. And he actually found me and was like, okay, just sing this thing for me. I am not taking it anyway. Just sing it. And the next minute, I was with my mother somewhere in Cantamanto buying foods. And I heard, it's horrible. And I'm like, Mommy, that's my song.
So the man did not even tell you?
He didn't tell me anything. He
just did a song?
You know, at the time, there wasn't any contract or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't say anything. So before I knew it was being played.
You are busy buying your phones.
Yeah, my phones.
Then you just hear your voice.
And I heard it. I'm like, Mom, that's my song. And she's like, oh, Mama song back. And I started singing along with it. And she noticed the voice was my voice, like as I sang along with what was being played on air. And she's like, oh, really? Oh, me. And people around were like, oh, one day on radio, no sort of.
Wow.
Yeah.
So from there, did you get in touch with a man?
Yes, he called me and was like, what's on your know? And I said, yes. And he said, so we need to shoot the video. And at a point, I was becoming known without me actually realizing
your face
it. Yeah, people could notice my voice. In fact, the people around our neighborhood. And it got to a point I had to come and record the video, shoot the video, and we did it, and boom, it was all over the place.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. And that song was actually the song you sang at my wedding. You remember?
I do.
Yeah. Lady performed at my wedding. Yeah. That was a song. And it really went well. And from that time, you gave other girls the guts to come out and be who they were. Yeah. Stay pretty and still preach the gospel. Yeah. Stay funky and still sing their gospel songs without the fear of being criticized. Yeah. How did that make you feel that you had become a trailblazer?
I think, well, come to think of it, sometimes you never believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. But when, oh Lord, sorry, I'll have to take your question again.
I was asking, how did that make you feel as a trailblazer? Because at that time, most girls did not have the courage to even come out and be who they were, be funky and sing gospel, because people believe that if you're gospel, you have to be mobo. Yes. Kind of thing. Yes. But you were bold enough to say that I can still be pretty and funky and do my gospel music.
Yes. I've always been this type that is hard inside than you see outside. So I know when I make certain decisions, sometimes it's hot and tough, but I make sure I achieve it.
But you were criticized.
Yes.
A lot of people bashed you. Yes. What kind of gospel musician would do heavy makeup, wear jeans? Yes. You can even wear a hat and a shirt and shoot a video. Were you not perturbed?
Yes. Well, we always have a trend, and God works in so many ways when it comes to when time goes on, so some way, somehow, I think I realized I need to set a pace for people to follow. Well, I had to be that young lady to be out there for people to just believe in. So maybe I can be the cross and they will see it and ask themselves, why this? But let them just give everything to me.
Let them say.
Lambast me and all. But I will be that cross that people will go through to their salvation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you not intimidated at that time? Because at that time, we had the likes of Tego Sisters, Daughters of Glorious Jesus, Mama Esther Nyameche, the Cindy Thompsons. There was this other lady, Sandra Odro, Esther Smith. Yes. And you came as tiny as you were, little girl, fresh.
At the time, I think I was the youngest.
You were the youngest. Were you not intimidated by the presence of such big names?
No. In fact, I believed so much in myself. I still believe in myself, but I think sometimes I'm strengthened by the grace of God. I need to be there, and I'm there. Whether people enemies will love it or not, the Lord will take me through. Be it whatever, He would take me through. Yeah.
At the peak of your career, when most people were really enjoying you and were hoping and looking forward to you releasing a new song, you just decided to go quiet.
Okay.
Why that silence?
I remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yas comfort, I got Yas confidence, I got Yas.
The new Yas extra long sanitary pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi, is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got Yas confidence, I got
Yes.
we got Yas protection, I got
Yas extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
we got Yas protection.
We're looking for you, the next millionaire. We know of your stressful routine. From those 12-hour flights across the Atlantic to your hustle through traffic every day. From burning the midnight oil to that laptop that never sleeps. We know where you are in life, and we know where you want to go. Let us take you there. Thinking investment? Think Dusk Capital. Dusk Capital. We see a millionaire in you.
Every day, I try to create something new, but I always remember my roots. Modern grooves meet traditional beats. That's how my music speaks. That's why I love my Lux, traditional fragrance with a modern twist of floral beauty oil for soft, fragrant skin. My roots, my modernity. It's all a part of me.
I am Nandi Matita. I am more than you can see, just like Lex.
This be Madame Rosa. I did for you. She be diva of all hairstylists. She knows say I day here.
Hello.
Hey, no problem. This one, it be cool chop cra. After all, I be Royal Cane Cracker, made with real milk butter and the goodness of wheat to keep you going. To all you busy bees, I did for you.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
I love to eat a tasty breakfast in the morning. Something delicious and healthy, filled with vitamins. That's my day right, makes me so bright. Keeps my body happy. Let me tell you about what I eat. It's my secret. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Wow! I say hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Crunchy!
Unfortunately, it got to a point, my producer then was like, music isn't selling anymore. So maybe I should find myself something else to do. Well, that's behind the scene, so people that watch you don't get to understand why you go through
things you go through.
Yeah, and at a point, I was just, as I was discovered, I didn't have the opportunity to meet the gurus in the industry. Yeah, because I wanted to be that good girl and loyal to my management. So I had to look for help somewhere. Who's it gonna be? And the person that brought me out at the time was a hero in that in the music industry. So when his act is stepping out, obviously they don't want to have anything to do with you, because maybe you are coming out of it through a misunderstanding or something. So they didn't want to. But thank God he works in mysterious ways. It got to a point I was I found help through his mercies, and that's why I went silent for 4 years before coming out.
And that was a long stretch.
Yeah.
Most people, people would talk.
Yes.
Most people said it was from a failed relationship. You were brokenhearted. You were shattered.
Oh no.
Was that true?
Never true. That's never true. It was just about the management, and they didn't want to continue producing. And when you get to that stage, it takes the grace of God. Because in this industry, you get the name, but might not get money out of it. So sometimes the name is loud out there, but you need resources to keep you moving. And when they stay off it, it becomes difficult for you. So I was just going through a lot.
Can we go through that process? Because most people feel that when you're in the limelight, everything is rosy. You don't have a bad day. You don't break down.
No.
Did that break you down?
I thank God I'm strong inside. And when things are really tough on me, I smile. So you see me smile almost all the time in my life.
But in the four corners of your room, do you cry?
I cry a lot. I'm tough, but soft somewhere.
Yeah, we all have our breaking point.
Yeah. So
do you cry and ask questions that, Lord, why me?
Yes.
Why do I have to go through this?
Yes. And you step out there and they're like, oh, Lady Prempeh, that's now you are a hit. And some people that close to you are even expecting you to bring some money out and all.
So at that point, did you feel like giving it up and doing something else?
Never. I've always believed in what I'm doing. And I know it might be difficult, it will be tough, but I'll still make it through. I'll make it through. I believe that's how God has been, dealing with me. So some way, somehow, He provides.
He provides?
Yeah.
So when the rain settled and your sun started shining, at what point did you say, okay, lady, I can start doing this again?
Okay, so it got to a point I met another producer, and he was like, okay, that second album of yours that you've given to the then producer that he doesn't want to produce again, let's just forget it. Start the whole thing again.
Start afresh.
And we started recording. And when I came out again, thank God being so good, it was another big hit. Oh. Yes. So He sees me through it all the time.
There is no stopping you from everything you're saying.
Never.
Most people believe that when you're very beautiful, you kind of scare men away, or you become a heartbreaker. The men come and you decide to choose who you want to be with. Yeah. People had issues with you not settling down because they're like, lady, we've known her since.
I know.
She's still single. We don't even know who she's going out with. Yeah. Why did you choose to be single? Was it that you were too beautiful and not meeting the handsome guy who could match the beauty, or it was just you waiting for Mr. Right?
I know. I'm so much married to my music, and not that I was selecting men, but I tend not to really like my things out there. I mean, in public most times. So it's more of, let me just keep things to myself and pray.
It was just like you're not so sure. You didn't want to be brokenhearted.
I just didn't want to bring my relationship out there. Yes, because you know how relationship goes. Sometimes you are with someone and the next minute you're no more. So if you're to bring it out there, the eyes are seeing, watching, everybody's speaking about it. Before you know it, something else is happening to it. So I didn't really bring my relationship out there till they
Till date. Till now that you are married. Lady is married. Let's give it up for her. Because when I heard you were married,
oh Lord,
I was offended because I invited her to my wedding. So how do you get married and you don't tell me?
I know.
How long have you been married?
Is it years?
Now I want to be specific.
Maybe months or years.
Yeah. So, okay, years and some, like 2 years?
It could be any.
Lady, you've been married 2 years.
Let me not be specific.
I'm just hearing.
I just don't want to offend you. So please, let's make it.
No, if you've been married
months.
2 years, I would be so offended.
Like maybe 2 months.
It's not 2 months. That I'm sure of. That I know. It's not been 2 months.
I know.
You've been married more than 2 months.
Pardon me.
Like a year?
Months. So
years can be months
yes,
too.
So it could be 100 months, but still months.
And how have you been able to keep it so quiet?
Yeah, you bring your stuff out there, and like I said, eyes are watching, people are listening. Some laugh with you, but aren't in that.
Their hearts are not really with you.
So I kind of keep them private.
Who is this husband?
You know him.
Yes, I know your husband. And Lady's husband still owes me. Abraham Mohini.
Oh, Lord.
You owe me. Lady is married to popular producer Abraham Mohini. AB, I have questions for you. So all the time you were shooting the videos, you were checking Lady.
Oh, my.
Yes. So all the times he was shooting your videos and giving you the best of videos, he was not just checking the talent. He was checking the woman too.
Well, maybe God spoke.
AB, you owe me. The dowry you paid to the family, I can't make it because Lord. I wasn't at the wedding. I didn't eat some of the chicken.
You are always
I didn't eat some of the rice. I didn't. What else did you serve?
I didn't really serve much.
You didn't serve much, but I'm still coming home for mine. Okay. And how is marriage?
Well, by the grace of God, we go through it every day. Yeah, it's fun and interesting. You get to know people. Your partner for the first time. You know, when you guys are going.
When you are courting, that one there's a lot of
different. But you live with them and you feel. You live with him and you understand who they really are, and the grace takes us through.
So for you, marrying someone like Abraham, who is an industry person, do you have fears? Do you have concerns? Or it rather gives you some solace that this person is from the same place I'm coming from and would understand me better?
Yeah, he's from the same place as you put it. And he understands me because it's not easy when you have to leave early in the morning, go and have interviews. Mm-hmm. You move from one place to the other.
Stay late nights in the studio.
Run to radio tours and back. Sometimes you go out of the town, the city, to maybe towns and all.
To promote your work.
So I thank God for him.
So how different is it for you now? Before you had a working relationship, and now you would have to combine a working relationship with a romantic relationship because he's your husband. How difficult is it for you? Because people don't marry these two very well. Are there times you feel that, well, you're my husband, so there are certain things you would have to relax, or you just allow it to flow?
We are cool. Like we just take the day as it comes, and he's not the strict kind of person on me. He's like, you gotta go, you gotta do it. You have to. You need to run to. You need to go and. You need to go and
be you.
Be you, and that's it. He's supportive.
At what point did you decide to take his proposal serious?
Oh my.
Don't you want to know? You want to know? I'm sure my viewers want to know.
Well, By the time God said, you need to marry.
Definitely, there can't be marriage without courtship.
Yes.
Which means that definitely you guys had some courtship going on for a while.
Yes.
You can't just get married. You need to know the person.
Yeah.
There should be friendship, which we call courtship.
Yeah.
So within that time, were there times you would ask yourself that, is he really the one I want to be with?
Yes. Yeah. I just loved who he is from the set go. And he's been there.
So it wasn't any long thing?
It was long knowing him.
He was checking you, you were checking him?
No, it was long knowing him, but it wasn't long dating.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I tell people that even with dating, it's not really necessary. It's the friendship that counts. Because when you're friends with someone, that is when you really get to know who they are. The moment you begin to date, the person begins to hold back a little. But when the person is your friend, they don't hold back. You see it as it is. They talk as they want to. But when you're dating, one, they don't want to offend you. They want to be that perfect. So the best time to know your partner is when he or she is your friend. That way there is no holding back.
Yeah, very true.
And how come you guys have both decided to keep this whole...
Oh, my word. Well...
I met Abraham somewhere, and I was like, why did you do that?
I know.
And strangely, everybody around him did not even know what I was talking about.
He was like, Stacey is really going to get you.
Oh, yes, I'm going to get you.
Yeah. So what was the question again?
Why did you do that? Because I love Lady. Everybody loves Lady. Yes, we might not come to your wedding. But the whole privacy of your marriage.
Well, I feel
because you're both public figures.
Yeah, I get it. But I feel marriage is different, separate from your business. So you do business out there and you keep marriage home. When you want to have peace, you do that. And rather you don't get people fidgeting and
trying to fish out
what's happening.
Yes, who was there before, who was not there before.
So
you don't want all the drama.
No, so I'm talking about my music.
Bloggers, Lady is saying she doesn't want the drama. Yes, she's married to Abraham Ohinijan.
Oh my
now you're Lady Prempeh Ohinijan. Yes, she's Mrs. Ohinijan, but she still does not want your trouble. Allow her to have her marriage in peace.
I'm Lady Prempeh out here.
Yes.
But
on the document, you're Mrs. Ohinijan.
Yes.
We get you, Lady Prempeh, Mrs. Ohinijan.
Oh my.
Okay. That's very nice to know. So let's talk about your music now. So after the long break, after the silence and everything, you come back and this time with a very bold statement. I saw your video and I'm like, who is this new high life artist?
I know. Yes.
So when I saw the name, I was like, oh, so wait. It's not news.
Why isn't it news?
Because that is you. You are a trailblazer.
I get it.
You do what the ordinary gospel musician would not do. Because when I saw the video with the headgears and all of that, I was like, which new high life artist is this?
Yeah.
Because I would not think a gospel musician would be that bold.
Yeah.
To do such a video.
Very true.
So when I saw, I was like, oh, this is Lady.
But some people don't get it as you telling us now. I am one person that whenever I'm writing, I'm thinking of the youth that won't listen to gospel music. And you kind of understand that these youth are always rallying around the
hip hop, the hip
guys, and so I sit and I'm like, how can I
draw them to God?
Exactly, get them to the kingdom. So most of the time I'm like, I need to get them. So then we sat as a team and decided what we can do for people to understand, one, the message we bring in. Aside me featuring the other acts, that's why we brought the blonde hair. And I have this opportunity, let me explain it to people that didn't get an opportunity to listen to to understand why I did it. And when we talk of something blonde, as in you saw my video,
yes.
and you were
and most of your pictures on social media,
exactly.
People did not just get why Lady Prempeh would go around in blonde hair.
And this is why I did that. It's about telling people whatever pain you go through won't be permanent forever. And the title of that song was Enkahoda. So what won't
Yeah, everything will pass.
But we need to prove, we need to bring something out and make people understand, okay, so this thing in my life obviously won't be permanent. So we're like, let's bring this blonde hair. And as loud as it is, it might be someone going through a pain in relationship, someone going through...
so it was more figurative.
Exactly. Someone going through these...
relationship issues, stress, depression,
exactly,
drama,
whatever,
failures
in life.
So you were using the blonde hair as a representation
of
a situation,
the situation
that you could be going through.
Exactly. Okay. And that is what I meant by the Enkahoda. So it got to a point, I had the blonde hair shaved to black because, our hairs grow. And when it grows, obviously, when you have a blonde hair and it's not natural, every pain you go through
will still be black.
Every pain you go through isn't natural. The devil has imposed it on you. So we can get something to depict the fact that something won't be permanent forever, but it will go, it will weigh off in a way. And that's why we brought the blonde hair, which is Enkahoda. So people realized the blonde was dying off. And gradually it's turned black. And that is all there is about Enkahoda. People lambasted me a lot.
Yeah, on social media.
I heard it. Yeah. I read every single message. And I was ready for it. But they just didn't understand. Thank God I have had this
you said you saw it, you read every single message.
Yes.
Why did you put yourself through that?
I remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away easy.
Yas comfort, I got Yas confidence, I got Yas.
The new Yas extra long sanitary pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi. Is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got Yas confidence, I got
Yes.
We got Yas protection, I got
Yas extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
We got Yas protection.
We're looking for you, the next millionaire. We know of your stressful routine. From those 12-hour flights across the Atlantic to your hustle through traffic every day. From burning the midnight oil to that laptop that never sleeps. We know where you are in life and we know where you want to go. Let us take you there. Thinking investment? Think Dusk Capital. Dusk Capital. We see a millionaire in you.
Every day, I try to create something new, but I always remember my roots. Modern grooves meet traditional beats, that's how my music speaks. That's why I love my Lux, traditional fragrance with a modern twist of floral beauty oil for soft, fragrant skin. My roots, my modernity, it's all a part of me.
I am Nandi Mateta. I am more than you can see, just like Lex.
This be Madame Rosa. I did for you. She be diva of all hairstylists. She knows say I day here.
Hello.
Hey, no problem. This one, it be cool chop crack. After all, I be Royal King Cracker, made with real milk butter and the goodness of wheat to keep you going. To All you busy bees.
I did for you.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
I love to eat a tasty breakfast in the morning. Something delicious and healthy, filled with vitamins. That's my day right, makes me so bright. Keeps my body happy. Let me tell you about what I eat. It's my secret. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Wow! I say hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Hooch, crunchy, crunch, cornflakes. Crunchy!
You read every single message.
Yes.
Why did you put yourself through that?
I need to be the cross.
You wanted to know exactly what people felt about you going blonde.
Yes. They needed to understand the song Enkahoda. And believe you me, I thank God for the team I have. The Enkahoda took 2 weeks to reach 90,000 on YouTube.
Wow.
Yes. And everybody was like, why would the gospel musician do this? They will go and listen to it. And that is the same way I do collabos with the hip life guys. Because when we have them, we have the youth run after them, I can get them to come on my songs and collaborate with them. Obviously, those youth that will never listen to gospel music, those youth will always listen to Lady Prempeh. And that is what we did with Odoye Wahin. And definitely, we have a new one coming.
Wow.
Yes. And
who is on that one?
The name is K. So any K that the youth runs after these days, you can
the case,
name them.
What's all the case? Kitty, Kwame Eugene, King Promise.
It could be any of them.
Give me more, the case. The case, give me the case. Who? Oh no, you don't have Katapa, it's Patapa, it's not Katapa. It could be Kwame.
Yes.
It could be Ochame Kwame, it could be Kwakese.
Yes, it could be any of them. I mean, those that you see the youth run after as
currently.
Currently.
Okay, so currently I would bet on 3 people.
Okay.
Kitty, Kwame Eugene, or King Promise.
One of them.
One of them.
Yes.
That I know for sure. So
yeah.
Aside that, what are we expecting from you, lady? Are you going to just give us high hopes and drop us again?
Never. I went back there 4 years ago studying the system. And I thank God I've come to understand that our youth these days don't really listen at length. They get it and want to listen to another. So we've decided that every 2 months, we're going to release another track on the album. We haven't released the album yet, but we will release.
So you're releasing them in singles?
In singles. We release in singles. we release one.
You released Aseda
on the 25th of November, and we released Enkahoda, which is the blonde hair, on the 15th of February. And thank God we're releasing this new one
on the K.
Yes, with the K on my birthday.
When is your birthday?
15th of April.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem.
That's
just 2 days before my daughter.
I know.
Wow.
I know very much.
Wow.
Yes.
So Lady Prempeh featuring the K.
The K, yeah.
Okay. on the 15th.
Yeah,
and what's the title of that one?
Metiema Freyesu.
Metiema Freyesu.
Yeah, but we did a TM Freyesu. In fact, it's just
I can tell it will be a hit. Because if it's with any of the 3 Ks, it has to be a hit.
You will love to hear it.
What are we expecting from Lady aside your music? Because now we're all trying to impact. We're all trying to use our brands to be a reflection to the youth, especially young girls, to reach for higher goals, to reach for higher heights, not to set limitations for ourselves. So what are you planning to do to support young girls?
Yes. the young girls, always all for them because, women don't really have the mouth to speak in our kind of society. So I am always there for them. And that's how painful I feel when women of our type stands out and people are trying to rather pull us down instead of helping us to climb up there. We have a social responsibilities of getting these youth, some of them to school. And in fact, is our main focus. And we believe in God. By the time we release this album, we get about 10 girls out there and pay their school fares.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, there's been a lot of industry beefs, industry chickens, industry porks. Which one of them have you found yourself in? Have you ever had a beef with anybody, a chicken, a pork, whichever?
Interestingly, one thing about Lady Prempeh is when her music is not out there, you hardly see her in any gathering. I don't have to compete with anybody. I am me and myself and family when it's not music, so I'm more reserved in there than to have a fight with anybody. And at the end of the day, I am singing and preaching the gospel. I don't see why I should have a beef attached to my name. Yeah.
So even if they bring the beef, you let them eat the beef alone?
They will. In fact, I believe it's not a pork beef.
But have you ever become a target of anyone?
Well, then that person unfortunately happens to be the type that has that beef with me because I don't even recognize them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you wake up tomorrow and your name is out there and someone is attacking you, you just walk away?
I'll walk away because my focus is up there and I don't see why I should turn here. When I turn, it will draw me back. Yeah, so I need to stay focused.
Just moving forward.
Yeah.
No looking back.
Never.
Do you have plans of, and I know you do collaborations with other gospel musicians and other musicians in other genres. Gospel musicians, if you have to sing with somebody now, who would you want to sing with?
OJ.
OJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you never know, maybe it's on one of their tracks.
Why OJ?
I kind of grew up in the industry with him.
Okay.
I think he came
around the same
time. He came out 2002 and I came
Moses
2004. Moses
group,
so we were in that same circle. So
it's a clique.
Yeah, so he's a brother to me. He comes home all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, and we're thinking of bringing something else.
If there is anything you could change, what would it be?
Ooh. Is there any change as in what?
Career, personal life.
Okay. If there is anything I would change in the industry, I think if I had my way, I would set a new team to take care of Ghana music.
You think Musica is not doing well?
It's not just Musica.
Gamro.
We have them all.
The whole setup for the music industry, you think is bogus?
I'm not saying it's bogus. I won't use the word bogus, but I think we are left out in so many ways. Things needs to be checked. Yeah.
Meaning the leadership are not really fighting.
Well, not as much as I believe they can. Yeah. So maybe I'll change the whole team on there. Because it's about time musicians understand benefit from what we do. Even if it's, like 10% of what we do, it must be given to us. Then we get 1%, and we what's the word? we have the 10, but we'll be given just 1%. Yes.
So is that to say the collection agencies or whoever is responsible are not being very transparent?
I think they're doing what they do, but I don't know anything about it.
Have you ever taken royalties?
I've never taken any.
You're kidding?
I'm telling you.
From the time you started singing?
Yes, 16 years now, isn't it?
You've never been given one CD?
No.
But you always paid?
Yes, a member of some of the groups. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Please, Musica, Gamu, all the Ruros. Lady is saying something. Because if you've sung for 16 years and you've not been given a dime from any of these agencies for your work, that is very unfair.
Yeah.
So I think it should be addressed. And I'm sure most musicians might have the same challenge.
That's very true. You need to listen to them. When you hear them speak, you feel their pains.
So who is taking your money?
We don't know. And I think it's always been signed. You went to check and I've never checked before, but I believe if I'm due something, I can be called for just my account number to be given and just put it in
my account
without me having to be represent there to pick the money. I don't know if you understand.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. I think we're going to delve into some serious political stuff. But Lady, thank you very much. You've been such a blessing.
Thank you.
We are very happy for you, and we wish you a beautiful marriage.
Thank you.
And we wish that the Lord blesses your home with a lot of children.
Amen.
So that when it's time for the outdooring, as for this one, he invites me. And we're also praying that your music goes far.
Thank you.
This project is not going to be a 9-day wonder.
Never.
I love the passion you put in behind it. And it is our prayer that everybody gets to understand you and your brand. Yeah. And now we all understand why you had the blonde hair.
Yeah.
Are you doing it again? Or it's over?
If I need to.
Or maybe ginger.
You never know. Lady Prempeh is full of surprises.
Thank you very much, Lady. I want a very big thank you to all our sponsors. La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, thank you very much. To Yaz Washing Powder and Yaz Sanitary Pad, thank you. To Dusk Capital, you have been incredible. If you're looking for that best and secure place for your investment, you should be talking to Dusk Capital. To my Crunchiest Breakfast Choice, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes, thank you very much. To GTP, thank you so much for my beautiful fabric. It's really beautiful, and this is coming from the new collection, which is the Adupa Dumas. Thank you very much, GTP. I want to say a very big thank you to my glam squad, to Ophelia of ABS Collection, Danceman Zodiac Ophelia. Thank you very much for this beautiful outfit. To Divas Trends, thank you very much for my shoes. Divas Trends is at Christian Village near the Melcom. Juliet, thank you very much for my shoes. To Divine Cassie, Divine My Makeup, thank you so much. To Roji One Hair Studio, Roji, thank you very much for this Caribbean twist. It's really beautiful. You should go to Roji. It will look good on you.
I'm always
go
there.
to Roji.
I'm always there.
And get
you
one
took
done.
Me there, you know.
I did. Roji, so you see, I gave you a customer. Thank you, Roji. And to Abiba Locks, thank you, Abiba, for styling this beautiful work from Roji so well. Abiba Locks is located at ANC Shopping Mall. She's just a few meters from ANC Shopping Mall, and she is queen of natural hair styling. If you go, she would definitely give you a fabulous style. To my production team, M-Clan Media, thank you very much. You guys rock, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. To my studio audience, you are amazing. Thank you very much for always coming to support all the stories that we share on this show. Lady, before you leave, my sponsor, Yas, has something special for you.
Oh.
It's coming from Yas Sanitary Pad and Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes. They are all under one umbrella company, which is Lexter Ghana.
Oh.
So when you go,
thank you.
Tell your husband, Abraham Okinija. He didn't invite me, but I've given you guys cornflakes.
Yes.
So every time he eats this cornflakes, let him feel guilty for not inviting me.
Thank you so much.
Then I have this beautiful hamper from Yaz.
Okay.
So we have your toothbrushes.
Whoa.
We have your washing powder. We have your Yaz sanitary pad.
Okay.
Lady, if you don't use Yaz sanitary pad, I'm sure you're missing out on something.
Women, we need to.
We need to. And what kills me is the new one, which is the purple pack.
The purple
is longer, so no matter your flow, you're safe throughout.
You are safe.
The period.
Yes.
So, lady, this one, is free, but from now, yes. And I have an apron for you in the kitchen. So thank you
so
very much for coming. You have been a blessing. Well, this has been Lady's story. She started as a background vocalist, and her vocals moved someone to invest money in her to become a lead vocalist. So no matter what you're doing, don't look down on yourself. It could be very little, but give it your all, because you never know where your light will shine and just flash somebody's eyes and they will go blind and fall in love with your talent. This has been Restoration, and always do remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. See you next week. I'm Stacey.
Welcome to the end of the tunnel. I see a bright light shining through, and it's just for you. There is hope for the time.